Hello, beautiful soul. It is Anna T. Brooks, your soul purpose activator, and welcome to this week's weekly energy oracle card reading for this week, the 29th of July to the 4th of August, 2024. Can't believe we're already moving into August. This second half of the year is definitely moving at a very fast pace. So I'm very excited to dive into the energies for you this week. As always, please say hello if you're jumping on to watch this live or on the replay, whether on Facebook or YouTube. Please say hello, leave a comment, pop a love heart in, let me know what you're enjoying, and let me know how you're feeling about this week as well. I always love to hear what sort of energies you're feeling coming up also. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, make sure you do. Also, all the links will be in the comments and in the description for you. All right, let's dive in. So, as always, I will have the Work Your Light Oracle card deck by Rebecca Campbell. This is the main one that I will use for the reading. So I have already began shuffling the cards. I will do that properly in just a second, pull the 3 cards for this reading. But as always, before we see what the cards have in store, I like to give you my own sort of read on the energy and what is coming up intuitively this week. I am feeling this week that for many of us, things have really been shaken up. Things have really been shifting these past few weeks, and there has been a lot of curveballs, a lot of random things have popped up, and I feel like things have settled to a certain degree. And this is the week to start implementing. This is the week to start making a plan and moving forward. Hello, Layla. Hello, hello. So that's the energy that I'm feeling, that there's just been so much upheaval in many ways, and some of it good, some of it bad. You can obviously, your own personal situation, you'll know what's been going on, but I feel like this week now that we've landed into, it is time to really make a plan from wherever things have fallen, wherever the cards have shuffled, and wherever you have landed in this exact moment. Now it is time to make a plan and to move forward. So this is that energy that I'm feeling. There's a bit of momentum building this week. It's not going to be the final plan, is what I'm really hearing coming through. This isn't going to be exactly how things are going to pan out for you, but it is definitely the time to start moving forward, so that way when changes come, when you need to make adjustments, you actually have somewhere to move from. One of the phrases that keeps dropping through is, you can't improve on nothing, right? If you don't start, if you don't have some sort of momentum, if you don't have some sort of plan that you're actually working towards, you can't improve on it, right? So it's that perfectionistic sort of tendency that we have to fall into, like, no, I won't actually do anything. I won't make the changes. I won't actually start anything until it's all perfect, until all my ducks are in a row, until everything makes sense. But the problem is, you can never improve. You can never actually grow and expand from that, because you have nothing to grow from. You have to start and make that move and move forward and start making those changes and start actually moving forward, so that way you can pick up and go, you know what, actually, I'm going to tweak this. I'm going to change this a little bit. This wasn't exactly how it was meant to be. Now you have some data. Now you have something to actually improve upon. So that's the energy that I'm feeling coming through this week. And I'm really excited to see what the cards have in store as well. So again, as always, we have the Work Your Light Oracle card deck by Rebecca Campbell. I'm going to be pulling 3 cards from this deck: mind, body, and soul. So with the mind card is more about the conscious energies for you this week, what's coming up, what you might be thinking about, what you're going to be really aware of. The body card is more of the tangible, the physical energy this week, what you're going to be feeling, what might be going on for you personally in the physical 3D world, or situations and relationships around you. So it's really what's happening around you. And then the soul card is more of that underlying energy. That's more of what's going on internally, what's happening behind the scenes. That's kind of like your little sneak peek into what's happening in the other realms, where you may not necessarily notice it all the time, but it's good to know and good to know what kind of influences are coming through. So I've shuffled these cards, as always, properly before I began. So I'm going to start shuffling now to see, oh, okay, that first one that just wanted to come out, that's the mindset card. Let's see what we have coming through for body. So I'm just going to choose the cards now. What's coming through? Oh, okay. The cards are coming out very easily this week. Oh, there we go. And that's the soul. Wow. I barely had to shuffle these this week. The messages are clear. Okay, so we have our 3 cards: mind, body, and soul. Let's dive in and see what we have. So for mindset, ooh, okay. Answer the call. Answer the call. And underneath there it says, what is your soul calling you to do? So this week, this is the conscious energies. This is the things you're going to be aware of. You're going to be noticing other people are thinking about this. Yes, Layla, they were definitely ready. They were so ready to come out. So you're going to be really thinking about what is it that you're being called to do. And I'm very curious to see what comes up for the body card, because I think this is going to be very interesting, but I just want to focus on one card at a time for a moment. So whatever comes through this week, you're very much going to be focused on what am I being called to do? What is coming through me? What is very, very real for me? We've had these similar cards to this come up the last few weeks. So like I said, I think this is something that's been very much brewing, but it's reaching this point this week where it's very, very clear. It's like it's asking you very directly, are you actually doing what your deepest calling is? Are you actually answering that call? Are you ignoring it? Have you been trying to numb it? Have you been trying to put it off, right? If you have, and I feel like this is just a message for some of you, this isn't for everyone, but this is something that's just come through. For some of you, this is your kind of wake up call. This is like, we have been telling you this for weeks and weeks and weeks, and you've been playing with us. You've been kind of 1 foot in, 1 foot out, dipping the toe in the water, then jumping out. This is the time to go all in. This week, you are very much feeling like, okay, this is it. This is the time to own it. This is the time to own the changes I want to make. This is the time to own the new version of myself that is coming through. I have to step up. This is my time. So let's have a look at what the body card says, because like I said, I feel like this is very, very, yeah, like Layla said, powerful. Here we go. What do we have? Here we go. You're already doing it. The body card is you're already doing it. Underneath it says, stop overthinking, keep facing your true north. Yeah, like I said, I knew that these two cards were going to be very, very intertwined this week. I just felt it. So this card, you're already doing it. This is actually one of only 4 cards in this deck. The Work Your Light Oracle card deck has different sections, and this one section has only 4 cards in it, which is one of these. This you're already doing it card is one of them. So this is this is only a small subsection of these cards. They're very deliberate, they're very clear. So this coming through in the body position for you this week is saying that you are already doing it. You already know what it is that you're moving forward to. You've already been taking some of the aligned actions. You've already been working through it. You've already been working up the courage to move forward. You have already been doing this. This is the time to just like, I'm getting this image, they're giving me this image of just like planting your feet into the ground, like planting yourself in the soil and just saying, yes, I am following through. I am doing this. I am making this happen. I am not going to be taken off of my path. Trust that you are already doing it, right? And especially if this is another message just for some of you, that if you feel like you've been making a lot of changes and you've been making a lot of shifts and having awarenesses around yourself and around different ways that you want to move forward in your life and in different situations and in different aspects of your life, whether it's your finances, your career, your business, your relationships, yourself, your own personal goals, right? This is just a message for some of you that if you have been second guessing yourself, that you feel like you haven't really done enough, that you haven't really been doing enough, this is that validation this week to know you are already doing it. You are already actually moving forward in that direction. Keep going, right? So that's a message that's just come through for some of you. Not for everyone, but that will be for some of you. But very much these two energies together, right? Answering the call and then knowing that you're already doing it. This is the week. This is the week to really set some plans in motion and to really get that momentum going. That's very much what I'm feeling here. And let's see what the third card has in store. So this is the soul. So this is more of that underlying energy. What's going on underneath, right? And we have, oh, I love this. One of the soul cards, Mintarkin. Mintarkin. So I'm going to try and bring that really close so you can see kind of the picture of this beautiful, beautiful soul, mermaid soul sitting there with the water. It's underneath, it says, longing for home, belonging, the original light workers. So this is a group of light workers, the Mintarkins, right? This is an old lost land. And what you can see in the card, right, is all of the water. It was a very, very much a watery land. And it was a place where everything was home. Everything just was, you felt like you belonged. You felt like this was where I meant to be. So this week, what is coming up in the soul card is that Trust yourself when you feel that pull to what really feels like home for you. There's going to be little subtle things that happen throughout the week, little signs that you get, little niggling feelings, moments, synchronicities where you might find yourself talking to someone, or you might find yourself just doing something that is just so generic, so usual for you. And you just feel within yourself this, I am home, right? I feel really at peace and really at home here. Pay attention to that, because this is also giving you, right, the two cards here feeding into each other, Answer the Call and Mintarkin. It's giving you that message of how you are actually answering your call, how you are actually stepping into your deepest truth is when it feels like home. And that's not to say that there isn't going to be discomfort or pushing some edges, getting out of your comfort zone. That's all part of it, absolutely, especially when you're moving forward and taking those scary actions. But there's a difference, and you feel it in your body. There's a difference between taking action that's scary, that's aligned, that feels like, oof, this is a push, this is a stretch. I feel my energy expanding. This is scary, but gosh, this feels right. And just straight up, oh God, no, this is not what I want. This is not me. This is not my energy. No deal, right? There's a very different energy to that. So take the time this week to feel in, because when you do, right, that's that underlying energy. It's going to become very, very clear where you are being pulled to and what those little hints along the way are, because this is how your soul's trying to speak to you this week. It's trying to speak to you and trying to guide you and support you by giving you those little synchronicities, those little moments where you're like, this feels like home, this feels real, this feels solid, this feels like where I'm meant to be, regardless how scary it might seem in the moment, right? Whew. Okay, so that is the energies for this week. Layla says we get to trust the path. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Feel into the response. Yes, I love that. That's so much of what we do, right? Is when you're using your intuition, when you're tapping into it, feeling into your responses to things will give you so much clarity if you actually just pay attention to what is this bringing up in me, and then moving forward from that position. So that is the cards for this week. As always, I'm going to jump into some bonus readings now. So these ones, this week I have chosen the Moonology Oracle deck, one of my absolute favorites. You guys probably know this one very well. This one is by Yasmin Boland. And I'm going to pull 3 cards from this deck. I'm going to already shuffled them. And you get to tune in. So this is where you get to use your own intuition. I will bring them up one at a time so you can feel into it. See which of the 3 cards has an extra message for you this week. It might be more than one as well. That's something to be aware of. Occasionally you'll feel pulled to more than one card. That's perfect. You just get to practice now for your own intuition, feeling into what speaks to you. You might get a number in your head. You might just feel pulled when I put the card up. You might already be feeling like you already know exactly what number it is. Everybody's intuition works differently. So let's go ahead and pull 3 cards. Oop, that's the first one. There is something about today. Oop, second one. My gosh. Okay. Right. Oop, third one. All right. Bear with me one moment. I'm dropping things. I'm back. Okay. These cards this week, my gosh, they are just jumping out at me. You'll notice that like everybody pulls cards differently. I don't like to just draw them. I don't like to shuffle and then pull from the top. I like them to fly out or come out and make themselves known. But sometimes they're not as giving. Today they're giving. This week is giving, definitely. All right, so I'm going to pull up the 3 cards, take a moment, plant your feet on the ground, take a deep breath and feel into which card feels most aligned for you. Feel free to pop down as well in the comments which one you choose. I'm always curious to see which ones come through for everyone, but let me pull these up so you can tune in, okay? So card number 1. If you are choosing card number 1, this is it. This is card number 1. If you're feeling drawn to this one. Card number 2. If you're feeling drawn to card number 2, it is this one. Card number 2. And card number 3. This is card number 3. If you're feeling drawn to this one. All right. Let's see what we have chosen. So pop down which card you've chosen, or multiple if you did feel like there's a couple of messages for you, and let's see what we have. So card number 1, if you chose card number 1, we have the third quarter moon, which says adjustments are required. Adjustments are required. I am going to read a little bit from the actual guidebook for these ones because I really like how they explain these things. So let me grab the information for the third quarter moon for you. Where are we? Here we go. Okay, so third quarter moon. Think of yourself as a vessel that has been filled more and more over the past few weeks. Some of what has come your way may have been wonderful, but there's also a lot of negativity and you need to let go of this. Whatever situation you're asking about now, be honest about whether there are toxic emotions involved, which you need to release into the ethers. This card also comes with the promise that all is not lost. However, there are changes or adjustments required before you will get to where you want to be. A change of course is forecast now that recent events have been understood and acted upon. There may also be a crisis now, which will remind you what you want and what it's time to let go of. So pay attention. Ooh, and then the message, this like sentence with this one is, I am reevaluating the situation. So if you chose card number 1, that is your message, extra message for the week. Card number 2, if you chose card number 2, we have, supermoon. Supermoon. Emotions are running high. Emotions are running high. Let's have a read of this one. Oh, I love these. Here we go. Supermoon. This card suggests that the answer to whatever you're asking is writ large like the silvery full moon set against the velvety night sky. If you're wondering how successful something is going to be, such as a job or relationship, the answer is very. To use common parlance, the answer to your question may well be that it's under your nose. This card is about being larger than life, being special and bursting with energy that you can tune into and work with. You can expect plenty of good things and a positive outcome when this card comes up, but you might find there's a lot of emotion to deal with too. There's also a sense that the opportunities around whatever you're asking about don't come along every day, so take action. I don't know how much more in tune with this week's energies that could be. And then the mantra, or the sentence that goes with this one is, success is close, I just must trust. So that is card number 2. If you felt that one, I'd love to hear how that resonated with you. And card number 3, if you chose card number 3, okay, we have the disseminating moon, which says, take time to breathe out. I like how all the messages this week, all the moon cards, there's no sign cards. It's just the phases of the moon. Very interesting. So the intensity of the full moon has abated, and what are we left with? That's what this card is asking you. It suggests that the situation you're asking about has now peaked, and it's time for you to regroup and learn from your experiences rather than blindly forging ahead. Have faith that what is happening is for the best. Try to accept the way things are now and give yourself and others time out to relax. Breathe. We can't be on all the time. If you feel you've hit an obstacle or even failed in some way, now is the time to reflect on how to do things differently next time. Be honest with yourself if you feel bad about your current situation, and then remind yourself that life goes in cycles. And the message, the sentence that goes with this one is, I am where I am, and that's okay. Wow. So intense and potent. Yes. Okay, perfect. So that is the 3 bonus cards. I would love to hear how that resonated with you, how you're feeling, how you're looking into this week. We have a lot of momentum that can build this week. We have a lot of action to be taken. If you're game, if you're feeling like very first card, if you're going to answer the call. So that is the energy this week. Thank you so much for everyone who jumped on live. Thank you for tuning in and for having the conversation with me. Again, please, you're welcome. I'll pop the links in to connect on YouTube if you're not on there, so you get this every single week. and also on Facebook. If you have any questions about working with me, coaching with me, getting energetic readings, clearings, anything like that, please feel free to send me a message. We can have a chat. I do have some things coming up very soon, but for now, just feel free to send me a message and we can have a chat in the DMs about how I can support you. And that's it. Wishing you an amazing, amazing week, and I will see you next week for the next one. Mwah! Sending you so much love.